All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, all the honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Arakakwadash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim that are preaching this word in all truth and sincerity. All right, and I just want to do another lesson, okay, just to continue on in our profession, our job, all right, knowing this truth. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai bestowed his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding upon us, via Harakakwadash, the Holy Spirit. And the scriptures say, quench not the spirit. So when it's on you, when you're motivated, when you're animated to do these videos, just let them rip. All right. So this Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. See, everything is in order by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and there's a time to everything. There is a correct time and place for everything that takes place in this world. Okay, you don't just laugh, okay, and rejoice when there's nothing to laugh or rejoice at. All right, people will look at you like you're bugged out. You got Jake that'll be all bugged out on the street corner, okay, just laughing, hysterically laughing, and nobody's around. Okay, he's just talking to himself. He's not even on the phone. People will look at you like a bug out, man. Okay, or you crack a joke and nobody else is laughing. Okay, but you. All right, everybody's having a good time, but you over there, and not you per se to anybody, but just, as if we're, speaking about, just a scenario. Okay, you have people enjoying themselves, having a good time, celebrating, and then one person just shitting on the parade. All right, mad at the world. Okay, so there's a time and place for everything. All right, it says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. And this goes deep, man. All right, you got Israelites out there that'll say, well, how come you guys all don't come together? We can't all come together, man, because we all have different doctrines. We all have different beliefs. Okay, especially those of the circumcision, those that know that they're Israelites, those that know the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Okay, those that know what tribe they're from. Okay, we all don't agree on the same thing. Okay, us, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, we teach and we believe that the mark of the beast is a microchip. Okay, and you got other Israelite groups that don't. Okay, or that know, but they don't teach it. All right, so we're not in a time to embrace Israelites because we're Israelites. Okay, we're in a time to refrain from embracing bug outs. All right, so there's a time to get and a time to lose. Right now we're in a time to get, and what we should be getting, all right, is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because real soon it's going to be a time to lose. And what I mean by that is to lose your life for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's sake. Okay? Real soon, okay, we're going to lose our jobs. We're going to lose, our homes. Okay, you might lose loved ones. Okay? But right now, we're in a time to get. You got to get it while the getting is good, like Too Short would say. And that comes, to mind on every aspect of life that you could possibly attain having this wisdom. Okay? Things that are beneficial to your salvation and your, voyage in the truth. All right? Getting the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding first, your faith, building that up. But, we can all, work. Okay? That's something that's beneficial. All right? Make some money. You don't need to get one of, employment, through, Indeed or whatnot. You could do these, like Apostle Tahar would go into. You could use these app jobs. You could do these app jobs where you're your own manager, your own boss. Okay, DoorDash and Uber, Lyft, those things. All right, Grubhub. You could do those things, man. Rideshare. You could post ads on Craigslist. You could give people rides. Okay? Because real soon there's going to be no work. They're going to cut off EBT. All right? Hey, man, if it's in you to start a little, garden. Okay? Grow some, fruits, vegetables. What's really easy to grow, which isn't really healthy for you, but super easy to grow, is potatoes, man. Okay, potatoes, all you gotta do is get a potato from the store. Obviously you want to look for some good. You don't want just some regular GMO spud. Find some heirloom purple potatoes, purple carrots. Okay, red potatoes. All right. And what you do with the potatoes, man, it's a seed in itself. So, you could cut the potato into quarters, all right, and just bury it. Just dig it, bury it, and then, water it. Put a stake so you know where you left it. And when you start to see it sprout, okay, they man. And they're so easy to grow. Like, you could neglect it. You could forget, that you planted it. And then out of nowhere, just see this big old green fucking, sprout, and pull it up. And you got a bundle of taters right there, man. Okay, because real soon it's going to be harder out here, man. All right, and that's off topic. I was just putting that out there. Okay. It says a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. We're in the time of speaking. All right, if you got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, okay, you know the names of the Lord, and you're itching to speak of this. All right, you should be speaking, man. You should be prophesying. Okay, utilizing those talents to the best of your ability. Okay, it's not the time to be quiet, man. It's not the time of keeping silence. Okay, because if you don't warn, all right, the people, okay, what good is you? What good are you? What is your use? What is your value? Okay, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai didn't give you this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, okay, to just sit on it, man. All right, he gave you these talents to use them, okay? So use that talent, all right? Use it. Now, this is the point. It says a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. We're in a time of war, okay? And it's not a war that we are going to engage, okay, in the sense of what's coming upon the earth is World War III. Now, I was at the job today, and I seen one of these right here. All right, and it was right after I had came off my break. I did a lesson. I went back inside, the job site, and then I looked out the window, looked out the door, and I seen one of these, man. Okay, and the Spirit hit me, all right, to meditate on what's coming upon the world, and that's World War III. And these are called, which I didn't know, it's a UH-60M Black Hawk helicopter. I always thought, actually it wasn't a Black Hawk, it was one of these. I don't know why it told me it was called a Black Hawk, but this right here, I don't know the exact name of them, but it was one of those. All right, it's a paratroop. When they take soldiers and military hardware and they shoot it off in parachutes. Okay, this is serious. All right, what's about to come is real serious. We're in a time of war, and World War III is scriptural. This is Revelation chapter 11. Verse 14, and it reads, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." You see, World War III, that's the third woe that is coming quickly. All right, we're in the time of the end of Esau, the so-called white man's kingdom. Okay, we are at the end of our captivity. But this man, all right, his kingdom is going to go down with nuclear fire. Okay, it's going to go down in world war. All right, so this is very serious. And I know, this lesson had its little, in and out of topic, but the point is made, okay, that we are in a time of war. We are in the time to be speaking, to be prophesying of what's to come. All right, warning our people and telling the world what's coming, man. Okay, because in the world, scattered amongst all these nations, are our people. Okay, and the mark of the beast is a microchip. Okay, the mark of the beast is a microchip. All right, it is not an embargo. It is not sleeping with white women. It's not Christianity. Okay, it's not the image of Cesare Borgia. Okay, that's not what the mark is. The mark is a microchip that they want to put into your body. Okay, as a form of, your wallet, your digital identification. Okay, all that in one, inserted into your flesh. And it's coming real soon. All right, you see what's going on in Europe. Well, they're passing that digital wallet, or it's like your digital ID, that if you are stopped and questioned by the authority and you don't have a digital ID, that they are going to fine you. Okay, which I believe they said like up to 150 pounds, okay, each time they catch you. All right, you look at what's going on in China, their digital credit score, social credit score. Okay, the world is being conditioned for this new system, okay, which is synonymous with what? The New World Order. Okay, we're living in the end, man, and Esau wants to establish that New World Order. He is going to implement things, all right, but as the scriptures say, when he is about to fill his belly, okay, the Lord shall rain fire upon him while he is eating, simply paraphrasing. Okay, so he's not going to accomplish Okay, the end goal. But what's going to happen is, he is going to attempt to, and he's going to kill a lot of people in the process. A lot of you Israelites, you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans. And World War III is going to start real soon. Okay, Russia and America are going to, butt heads and finally go to war. Okay, there's going to be war in the Middle East. All right, it's going to be a global war. You see what's going on in Venezuela. Okay, Venezuela said, look, you guys keep fucking around, we're going to attack. We're going to attack back. And it's not going to just be us. Because who Venezuela is right there with in the same predicament as Colombia. Okay. And then who's going to back them is China, Russia, okay, and Iran, which they already are doing that with hardware. Okay, with weapons and resources. All right. So with that, Adawan Ratazah, you're edified. All right, Adawan Ratazah, you wake up, man. You wake up to the truth. Okay. That Esau, the so-called white man's a devil. These other nations are heathen. All right. And that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son is Yahweh Shai. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakakudash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Shalom.